Greetings, YouTube. Years ago, we're talking years and years ago, we had this theory as a community. This was when people's phones were literally overheating and potentially catching on fire, and they were taking their phones and tablets into, say, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, etc. And the tests were being run on what was causing the phones to overheat. And because MCOC was clearly like an active time bomb, we were being told, hey, you should probably delete that app or else it's going to destroy your phone. There were lawsuits that were filed. I never heard what came of those lawsuits, but it was a really big deal. Kabam never officially announced an extra round of compensation for that, but then like mysteriously Gwenpool Goes to the Movies appeared, and it was an event that was so easy you could literally take rank 4 stars and auto fight through everything. And at the time, when 6 stars were like, I don't even know if 6 stars were a thing. If they were, it was like out of reach. 5 stars were still very hard to get. And you got a free 5-star crystal guaranteed of the Gwenpool Goes to the Movies champions. And on top of that, resources and just relaxation. It felt like unofficial compensation. And I haven't really felt that the game has given us unofficial compensation like that until now. I just completed my 3rd or 4th maybe of this here Realm of Legends easy way to lock in fights, and you can see everything is claimed, but we still got to do one more fight with Angela, so we're gonna do that on screen, because how dramatic can you get to be able to capture the greatest fight of my life right now, using a 6-star rank 1 Angela against a 2-star Age of Ultron Vision. Wow, look at that. I'm amazing. One hit. What are the odds? Oh, 100%? Really? Oh, okay, never mind. Well, that is the first thing I wanted to show. Now, you can do some fights with duels. I had dual credits. I didn't care. To me, it was worth blowing some extra energy to be able to execute what I just showed on video. So, we have, just from doing fights with or against Angela Cork, any fights, like we have seen in the past, the game do this thing, which I think is kind of annoying, but it's also like not the most work in the world, although one time I did forget to do it and it felt kind of dumb, where for side quest Cavalier Crystal Shards, you have to do like win 5 fights in a row with the special 1. Win 5 fights in a row by knocking the person out with a heavy attack. Special 2, special 3. And that can be kind of annoying. Not this. It's just win fights, period. Doesn't say against any kind of star, nothing. And so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. That's right. That is 200,000 of the new currency for the Valkyrie store. Just from beating up 2 stars. If that doesn't feel like unintended compensation or accidental compensation or silent compensation or indirect compensation, I don't know what does. I have done exactly 1 day of legendary difficulty, and if you want to see the path I took with Hercules, it was interesting to see the comments on that video because several of you commented that your path looked completely different, and that is kind of unique. So who knows? But that 200,000, I'm not at the 242,000. I'm going to wait and buy these together. But you could almost get the Tier 6 Basic Catalyst Fragments and the Tier 3 Alpha Catalyst Fragments from just beating up 2 stars. That's as close to compensation as it gets. And on top of that, what we've seen in the past, even when something crazy has been offered, usually it's not this. Usually it's like a 5-star Awakening Gem Crystal or maybe almost a fully formed Tier 5 Basic or Tier 2 Alpha, whatever. But you can't buy everything in the store. You have to prioritize. And if you want the Tier 6 Basic and the Tier 3 Alpha, you're sacrificing everything else. Y'all, the summer canteen from last summer, most of the stuff in there for cash wasn't close to as good as the stuff at the top of this, and certainly wasn't as good as the Tier 6 Basic and the Tier 3 Alpha. So I have come in this video not to condemn Kabam, but to praise them, because this is as close to extra compensation as it gets. And that's probably going to be the title of this video. Sometimes you're just talking out loud and you hear it and it just speaks to you. That's what this title did. It spoke to me. And I appreciate that. Hopefully you do too. Because it's also all free. It's the opposite of feeling like you're behind because you don't have $600 plus to spend on July 4th weekend sales, or if you progress and you pass a title on that weekend, $1,200 plus. It's just really comforting to know that this exists, and it's made for a really fun month. And it's also a month that, unlike some months where you have, like, say 26 or 27 days, you can see this store exists for over 30 days. And for those of you Cavalier and above, I believe we can get everything in the store, which again is as close to compensation as possible, particularly when you are combining all of these items with the really huge Pro Player move of expanding the inventory, not just a little, but a lot, especially if you've got the Black ISO store. I can't believe the Tier 5 Basic one is the one that shocked me the most because it almost doubled the inventory, right? I mean, for that to happen, it would have taken Tier 2 Alpha to go to 40. The only one I still don't understand is this Tier 1 Alpha. How is it that it takes 5 Tier 1 Alpha to take up a 5-star rank, but we can hold 7 less than Tier 2, which, if you're talking about 5 stars, Tier 2 don't even come into account until rank 4. Anyhow, let's get off my soapbox and say kabam. I love to give flowers and credit where flowers and credit are due, and you have done just that. Thank you for this. You are amazing with the SideQuest Hall of Fame nominee officially this month's Valkyrie event. The movie may be good, it might suck, but the SideQuest is fantastic.